Hello students, this is Mrs. Reenu Bansal and I welcome you all to my channel Reenu's Englishpedia. Today we are going to do the chapter Should Wizard Hit Mommy from the book Vistas written by John Updike. John Updike was born on March 18th, 1932 and died on January 27th, 2009. He was an American novelist, poet, short story writer, art and literary critic. He is one of only 4 writers to have won the Pulitzer Prize for fiction more than once. His fiction is distinguished by its attention to the concerns, passions and sufferings of the average Americans. He described his style as an attempt to give the mundane its beautiful due. The main theme of this chapter is the conflict between doing what is natural as against doing what achieves the admiration and approval of peers. Another theme is the role reversal. In this story, both the father and the mother have reversed their roles. The father is narrating a story and the mother is painting the furniture. This is a reversal of the traditional roles attributed to males and females. Another related theme is the theme of feminism leading to feelings of entrapment in the minds of males and added burden on the females. After doing this chapter, you should be able to understand why parents keep on pointing out your faults, and you should also be able to learn that following parental advice is much more important than seeking peer approval. The main characters in this story are Jack, the father, Claire, the mother who is 6 months pregnant, Joe, their 4-year-old daughter, and Bobby, who is Joe's 2-year-old brother. Every evening and on Saturday afternoons, Jack would tell a story to Joe. This custom started when Joe was only 2 years old. The story would always come out of Jack's head, and it was the same story with a few variations. But in the past few days, Jack was facing a huge problem as Joe would not nap on Saturdays and the whole exercise of storytelling was futile. Futile means it was useless. Now this story always had the same outline. There was a creature Roger. It could be a fish, squirrel, chipmunk or any other creature. He would have a problem and he would go to the wise old owl for its solution. The owl would then send him to a wizard. The wizard would perform a magical spell and solve the problem. In return, the wizard would demand a small payment of pennies greater in number than Roger had. The wizard would then himself direct Roger to the place where the extra pennies could be found. Roger would be very happy at having solved the problem. He would play many games with the other creatures and would then return home on time to hear the train whistle that brought his daddy home from Boston. Jack would then describe the supper they had, and thus the story would be over. Now on the day of our story, Roger was a skunk. The problem was the natural bad smell of skunks, due to which other creatures would not play with the baby skunk and called him Roger's stinky skunk. He was so sad, so he went to the wise old owl for advice. The owl sent Roger Skunk to the wizard. Now the wizard was a tiny old man with a white beard and a blue hat. The wizard cast a magic spell and changed Roger Skunk's smell to that of roses. Over here we also come to know that Jack loved enacting the wizard's voice. He would scrunch up his face and whine through his eyes. He felt that this role best suited him, the role of an old man. Now, having solved Roger Skunk's problem, the wizard asked for 7 pennies in return. Roger had only 4 pennies, so he cried, and then the wizard directed him to a well where he would find the 3 other pennies. He went to the well, found the pennies, and gave them to the wizard, and then returned to the woods. All the other creatures now became his friends and started playing with him. Now, that day, however, Jack introduced a twist in the story. Roger Skunk's mommy thought that he smelled awful and wanted him to change back to his original smell. When Roger protested, as he did not have friends because of his bad smell, she refused to listen to him, saying that little skunks should smell just the way they are supposed to smell. She took him back to the wizard, hit the wizard on his head, and told him to give Roger back his smell. The wizard did as was asked, and both Roger and Mother returned home. The story then progressed as usual. The father returned from Boston, and the entire skunk family had their supper together. While tucking him up in bed, Mother Skunk hugged Roger and told him that he smelled just like a little baby skunk again, and told him that she loved him very much. The little skunk loved his mommy more than he loved his friends. He learnt that his mother knew what was right for him. To console Joe, Jack told her that eventually all animals got used to his smell and became his friends. The reason that Jack had introduced a change in the story was that he wanted to teach Joe a very important lesson. Jack too had been called names as a child. He too had been denied the pleasure of other children's company. However, his mother had not allowed him to resort to falsehoods for the sake of other children's company. He had finally understood and accepted that his mother had been right. He wanted to teach Joe through the story that having one's individuality is very important. One must not change one's personality so as to appeal more and be accepted by others. Another reason for the twist in the story was that Joe had become distracted and had started fidgeting. She thought that the story was over. Jack did not like it at all when the women in his life took anything for granted. He liked them apprehensive and hanging on his words. So he added a twist in the tale. Jack also wanted Joe to learn that there existed discrimination in this world. People discriminated on the basis of color, creed, sex, and many other reasons. He wanted Joe to never question the authority of an adult. Through this story, he advocated the unquestioning obedience of children. Although Jack felt very justified in changing the story, but Joe was highly unsatisfied with the twist. She wanted Roger to be accepted by his friends. Being a child, she knew the importance of friends and having someone to play with. She felt that Roger's mommy was wrong and wanted the wizard to hit mommy instead. She did not understand what her father wanted to teach her through the story. She tried to escape from the bed despite her father's instructions to sleep. In his frustration, Jack threatened to spank her. Being a parent, Jack used his ultimate weapon, his parental authority, the authority which was superior to a child's wishes. Now, after finishing the story, when Jack came downstairs, he saw Claire painting the furniture. At this point, Jack felt trapped in the cage of matrimony. he also saw Claire as being equally trapped in a situation where, even though she was 6 months pregnant and deserved to rest, but she had to slog at painting the furniture just in order to ensure the equality of women. On the other hand, Joe's constant questioning and her refusal to accept Jack's ending of the story seemed to be a threat to his authority. Jack believed that an adult knew best. Being a child, Joe was innocent. According to a child's perspective, moral issues are not their concern. They do what they feel is right. The most important factor for them is to be happy and to have the company of their peer group. In the 1960s and the 1970s, gender dominance was being questioned. The feminist movements researched during this period. The male chauvinistic attitude is being reflected here. Jack did not like women when they took anything for granted. He felt weary, being bound by the responsibilities of his family, and was not given importance either by Joe or by his wife. He is so frustrated that he does not want to speak with his wife, work with her, touch her, or do anything else. This story was written during the transition period where the perspective of men's position as dominant had changed. Now they were equally involved in being bound to household responsibility. This story mirrors not only the male perspective in these changed times, but also reflects on the added burdens that women had to face. They had not only got to handle the home, but also the male jobs. Thus, the story ends. I hope you liked the video. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to Renu's Englishpedia. Thank you.